Hey guys, Thomas from Team Soccer also here coming at you with 5 cards to have in your trade binder for December. And if you guys love this series, make sure to smash that like button because if this video gets 35 likes, I'll do another 5 cards to have in your trade binder for December. Also, if you're not subscribed, hopefully today's the day to earn your subscription. If you're buying cards off TCG Player, please buy affiliate link down in the description below. Helps out the channel to no additional cost to you. And you guys are going ham on the affiliate link. So those who actually use it, I just want to say I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Also, I'm almost done with my semester in a few days, so you guys are going to start seeing 4 to 5 videos again a week, so hopefully you guys do enjoy that. And I'm going to get right into it. So the first card I have here, and if you played 5D's format, you guys are going to know this, is Stingy Dirge. And what Stingy Dirge does is the levels of all face-up monsters your opponent controls are decreased by 1. Now, the reason I'm telling you guys to pick this up is because the printings of this card are very limited. It has the Starter's Overdrive Original, which actually isn't worth too much because this is a side deck card that was used very heavily back in Synchro and XYZ format. However, now, it's not really used too much. The reason I'm telling you guys to pick this up in the Duelist League promos is because, number one, Duelist League promos are very hard to come by. They're very hard to get restocked if they get bought out. Now, Stingy and Dirge for Duelist League promos, except for purple, like if you want green, red, blue, they're around $1. Purple's closer to $2, but they're very, very cheap. The reason I'm telling you guys to pick this card up is because it's an amazing side deck card right now, and I'm going to explain why. So, a lot of decks are making Crystal Neophyte plays where they go into Metal Marsher, Herald, Formula, Savage, and other synchros. One of the top tier meta decks right now that use synchros is Infernoble Knights, right? Along with a few others, sparingly, or as Crystal Neofiber engines. And what this card basically does is it tells them, hey, that Herald you want to make, you can't make that anymore. Oh, you can't do your Metal Marsher combo fully, and that's what's really, really good is because it makes them having to go into other things. But since extra deck is so short, it's not like back in the 5D eras where you basically had a synchro of almost every level. You had like a 5, a 6, a 7, and 8. Now you just play a very few select of your engine, and if you somehow can't go into that because of Stingy and Dirge, essentially you have to link off and you have to change the whole play, making an even worse board than you would have. So this is a really, really good floodgate. But the other reason I'm telling you guys to pick this up is because it also does stuff with XYZs. And you guys might be thinking, well, what XYZ decks are roaming? That doesn't matter, buddy, because what we got in Phantom Rage is a card called Zeus. What this card does is it's basically Chaos Emperor Dragon, but on crack, right? It's absolutely nuts. And you can make this card just by any XYZ, right? So a lot of decks are opting to play XYZs just to get into Zeus and nuke the board. So what you can do with Stingy Dirge is if you flip this and they're only playing 1 or 2 XYZs, it'll completely disrupt their play, it'll lock them out of their Zeus, and they have to deal with popping Stingy Dirge first. Along with Zodiacs are becoming more popular right now, especially in the meta currently. They're mixing it with a bunch of stuff like Tri Brigade and all that. So Stingy and Dirge hits a lot of stuff this format that a lot of people aren't thinking. And I think for a Duelist League promo to be less than $2, essentially, and a card that you would get as a playset, this is very cheap. So definitely get your copies while you can. Now, the second card that I actually have here is Anniversary Pack Summon Skull. Now, I'm not going to harp you guys over this too much, but Anniversary Pack is a pack where you get a bunch of legacy cards, but like alternate arts essentially. So you have one for Buster Blader, Blue Eyes, Red Eyes, Summon Skull. You even have this cute little dog thing. I think it's called Shinobu. It's adorable. It's a really nice dog actually. But this is a set where all of the cards in this set go up every single year, right? They are very, very good investments to hold onto for years that I've ever seen besides like Lost Art promos and certain Ultimate Rares. So the reason I'm telling you guys to get Summon Skull is because Blue Eyes right now for light plays are $50-something with near mints being 90. Red Eyes are very similar to that. However, Summon Skull, which is something very, very close, very iconic, and in my personal opinion, the most different alternate art compared to all the other alternate arts. And the reason I'm telling you guys to pick this up is because light plays are $13 with near mints, going up to about $20, at least according to TCG Player. And I'm looking at all these other cards that are reaching 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and I'm like, Summon Skull has no reason not to be up here. Especially if they do something with Summon Skull in the future. I know they tried once with like Fists of the Gadgets, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. But that was just a failed social experiment that nobody really wants to talk about and relive. So I'm not going to. But if they ever actually decide to do something productive with Summon Skull. These are definitely going to shoot up. They're one of the best versions to get as well, and I think they're really great investments for any type of player. Either you're new to the game, you've been here for a while, and a lot of people are just going to love this card. It's also a very easy card to move as well, especially to collectors that are both, you know, very, very old school, and collectors that just like the anime, but they play the meta, but they're not super crazy about old school stuff. So this is a card that's also very movable to many sorts of collectors. And that's something that I really look at when I want to pick up an older card, and especially a card that kind of lives off nostalgia, which some of these cards in the anniversary pack do. Now I'm going to get into the third card. And the third card I have here, and if you guys don't know what I'm doing, I read them off my phone just to make sure I have it correct. And that is actually the Winged Dragon of Ra alternate art from Duelist Pack Rage of Ra. Now, Duelist Pack Rage of Ra was one of the worst sets I've seen in such a long time. That's not even funny. I actually didn't even do an opening on the channel because I saw it as a complete waste of money. It wasn't even worth bringing you guys that video. But the reason why I'm telling you guys to pick this up is because the set tanked so hard that nobody's really looking at it besides the Ghost art, because that's really what pushed the set. Now, there are a few other cards like Malreflex Slime and all that, but the reason I'm telling you guys to get Raw is because, number one, it's a God card. God cards will always slowly go up in value over time, even bad gold rares, like on a premium gold. But this version is an alternate art Winged Dragon of Ra, right? We don't really have that, along with it's one of the newest printed versions. It's a nice, clean-looking ultra rare, right? And to bring a nice ultra rare with this alternate art is just, it really pops out, stands out, and a lot of collectors are going to want it because of that. So these are 7s, but they're quickly going up to 9s right now, and probably above. These were always stabilizing at 15, but a lot of people don't want them now, and these are something that are going to go in the future. However, I don't see them going below $7, especially since every time they've hit 7 or 8, they always rebound to 9 or 10. But currently, at the time of making this video, they're around 7, so get them for a little cheaper while you can. And yeah, the fourth card I actually have to have in your trade binder is Ulti Windup Zen Mains. Now, if you guys didn't know, the ban list is coming out no sooner than December 15th, which I will have a ban list prediction video in the next couple days, hopefully for you guys. But besides, with getting back to topic here, the reason I'm telling you guys to pick this up is because every single ban list, people harp over the same BS. They harp over, oh, Max C Ultimate Rare goes up like to $500-600 every single time, then drops back down to $350. And then we have a bunch of other cards that are very similar, right? Like certain Zodiacs, you know, Spellbook of Judgment, and you guys get the point. The reason why I'm telling you guys to pick this up is because this is a card, first of all, it's coming out Order of Chaos. Which Order of Chaos is kind of similar to Star Strike Blast, where a lot of the set isn't reprinted, especially the windups, but the ultimate rare out of this pack is the highest rarity, and windups will always play the max amount of Zen Mighty. Now, but the other reason I'm telling you guys to pick this up is because a lot of people are not looking at some of the other banned cards, and this is a card, Windup Zen, I don't know exactly how long this has been on the Forbidden and Limited list, but I believe it's been close to 8 years, and Konami is probably going to put it to 1, especially since we have it at 3 in the OCG. So, Ulti Windup Zen Mains are about $24 for first edition near mint. However, unlimited near mint are about $12, so half the price. So you can kind of mix and match, or if you need to get the cheaper, if you just want to go all in on the first sets. Personally, I will get the first sets, but if you want to pick up a first set or two, and then you want to pick up like 2 or 3 unlimiteds, that's good as well. The reason I'm telling you guys to pick this card up, mainly though, is since it's unbanned OCG, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when we're going to get this card back. And since a lot of people aren't looking at it, it hasn't hit that, oh, look, you know, it's going crazy in price, you know, because it's going to get unbanned because of this dumb rumor I found on X website. No. A lot of people aren't looking at this, and I really do believe this is one of the next cards to get unbanned. So definitely get your copies while you can. This is one of my 2 ban list pickups for you guys. Are a lot more safer and a pretty good investment overall. And now the last one, and I have this not because I think it's going to come off the list, but for older formats, along with just looking at the listings of this card. And the last and final card I have for you guys for 5 cards out of your trade binder is a old card called Trap Does Shoot. Now, the version I'm telling you guys to get is the dual terminal version. Now, if you guys don't know, what this card does. I'm actually going to read it to you. So you can only activate this card when your opponent has 4 or more cards in their hand, which with card advantage in Yu-Gi-Oh! That's very, very easy. Especially if you're going first, you could just flip it standby phase. But you look at your opponent's hand, then select one monster card and return it to its owner's deck, and then it's shuffled, right? So what this essentially does is, if you're doesn't matter what deck you're playing against, you can basically look at their hand. You have all this information. You know what they could do, what you need to stop, all that. You know their exact plays. Did they brick? Did they open up God tier? What do I need to do, and how do I need a plan? And then what monster card do I take out to stop them? How do I make the play even worse? Or how do I lead them into a better play than, say, taking out the best card and like bamboozling them? And then there's a lot of mind games with it. You have to really think. And this is definitely a card that, it's possible to come back, but it's very unlikely. I think it's still an extremely strong card, especially if you throw in someone like Geist, and I could just set that standby phase, activate, then reveal multi-faker. That's absolutely crazy. But the reason I'm also telling you guys, except for older formats, to pick this up is because the highest rarity version is a champion pack. Super, I believe it's champion pack 5. And this is a card that's $200, with some copies being even more. And this is a very sought after card by collectors. The second highest rarity version is the dual terminal version. And if you can't get one copy, you're going to go to the other one, with the other 2 copies of this being commons from like Fernand Guardians and all that. So dual terminals, which look very nice by the way, are about 10-ish to 11-ish dollars. And if this card comes back, or you know, there's a rumor this card's easily going to spike to $60, $70, $80. Although people are naturally going to buy this for older formats, and they're going to want the highest rarity, but they'd rather pay $12 for the second highest rarity than $200 for the highest rarity. So I see this card just going up and having a lot of growth in the future, regardless of what happens when it comes to a Forbidden Limited list with this card. However, in the very rare off chance that we somehow get this card back, I think it's going to go straight to the moon, and I mean right there, right? And it's gonna be a lot of money. So personally, I would honestly get a playset, because this is a card that can easily get bought any day, along with the amount of listings this card has online are very, very limited, because that's how dual terminal cards are. And I'm actually quite shocked there's even that amount of listings. So definitely get your copies while you can. So with that being said, guys, leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe, and hopefully you enjoyed today's 5 cards time of your trade binder, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Oh, also, I have a Twitter actually in the description below. You guys should really follow that. I post memes, all that, and I'm going to have some special giveaways on that. So definitely follow it. It will be in the description below. Along with, check out my store. I will be updating it quite soon. I have a bunch of stuff there. I only ship to US currently, but I'm planning on shipping to Canada and other places. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.